Here is what we need for making rice. We need about 1.5 cup of rice. To the 1.5 cup rice, we add 3 cups of water. Your rice is always 1 to 2, since 1.5 cups of rice are in there. We will need 3 cups of water. And sometimes I just add just a little tiny bit more. Turn your burner on high, put on stove, and cover. Bring your rice to a boil. Then you put your top back on. Turn your burner down to simmer and simmer for 20 minutes. You will need 2 oblong pans, a bowl to mix everything in, a food processor to grind up your meat, 2 containers of chicken breast, 2 eggs. Spread each pan with that little bit of butter that I put in here. Set aside. Cut up your chicken in smaller pieces so we can grind them in the food processor. Do this for all your 2 containers of chicken. Here it is, ready for processing. Fill some of it in your food processor. You have to do this on several times because you can only put so much in. Don't overfill it so it grinds up easy. Put on the top, then pulse first and then put it on until it's ground up. Get yourself a spoon, take it out, don't stick your hands in there, the blades are sharp. Okay. And this is how it looks when it's all ground up, nice and fine. Now do this with the rest of the meat till it's all ground up. Here's the meat, nicely ground up. You could also use it in a meat grinder if you have that. And on the food processor, it has 1,000 watts, so it's pretty strong to grind up the chicken meat. Don't try any other kinds of meats because that might not do too well grinding up in the food processor. Here's your cooked rice. We're gonna add that into the food processor and grind it up some. This is a 14-cup food processor, so if you have a smaller one, you might want to do the rice on 2 times. Okay, to this we add a cup of water. Put the top back on. Pulse first and then turn on. Add the rice into the bowl with your ground up meat. So this is what we have so far in the bowl. 2 eggs. 1, 2. And 1 teaspoon of salt. That's all it needs. You start mixing it with a spoon first. And then after we just started, we're going to stick our hands into this. In the meantime, set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, we started this, so now we're going to stick our hands into there. I'm also getting my pens ready, so I can immediately after I'm done transfer to the pens. This is a little bit of sticky affair here. Mix it real well so it's nicely incorporated. Okay, that should be about right. See how nice this looks. Your dog would love it. Okay, let's bring our pre-buttered pens here. Fill half of it in one pen and the other half in the other pen. Kind of messy here. Sticky, so you can touch nothing until you wash your hands. So now you press this flat. Press both pens evenly flat. After you already put that into your pens, take a spoon to even it out a little bit and to make it a little smoother. I have some non-stick pens. They're really good because the stuff will come out real nice. Okay. Press down a little bit while you're doing this. Go around all the edges. And this is how it looks. Nicely pressed down and flattened out. Nicely smoothed out on the edges. They are ready to go into the oven on 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And here they are after 45 minutes. We wait about 10 more minutes and then we turn them onto a cutting board. The reason I'm using these spatulas and don't just turn it over is because this here has some juice on the bottom. So hold it under and scoot it over. See, here's that juice that's left in there. The juice that was in this pan on the bottom, I like to collect them. They're good for a gravy. All it is chicken and rice in there. The juice. All it is the juice from the chicken and rice. And I handle everything very sanitary, so it's alright to put into your food. Here is the other pan. Here's the juice, real good for a gravy. And here's our chicken and rice on the cutting boards. Let them cool completely before cutting. Here we're getting ready to cut it. What you do is cut one time through the middle. It's nice and cold for doing so. Then the strips, you make them as small or as big as you want to. I got a small dog, So I'm making little strips. Okay, do this to all the chicken. I probably can even, for my doggy, cut this one more time and have small strips like this. I cut my chicken strips about this size. For my dog, that's just perfect. Here they are, nicely wrapped, ready to go into the freezer. When they're frozen and you take them out of the freezer, put them in a Philips air dryer or in your little toaster and heat them up. Bring them out when they're done, cut them in little squares, or maybe your dog is bigger, leave it in bigger sticks or make bigger squares. And then make sure you cool it off before you feed it to the dog. And that's all there is to it.